07, everybody. It's your friendly neighborhood wingling dragon here. I am going to do a quick tutorial about aiming in the new aiming system for Naval Arcade. There's a lot of confusion about this, and I'm here to dispel a couple of myths and just try to demystify it for everybody. Now, I'm going to do something that I sincerely recommend not to do. I'm going to try to come out with some other videos about some of my other tips and tricks for Naval, but just so you're aware, I'm going to do something that is generally not good advice, and I'm going to spawn my large ship first, despite it being a 3-point capture map. We could talk about that in another video. I'm going to do that for the purpose of showing you guys how to aim. We're going to take the USS Helena, not to be a shill, but this is one of my favorite premium ships, and out of all the premium ships, I think this is the one that's the most worth it. A close second being probably the Prince Eugen. So we're going to go ahead and start the aiming process. I'm going to target this guy here, this light cruiser, Hyades Fuji. Thank you for being featured in the video. And as I go to target him, with my middle mouse button click, you can see he's highlighted here. I've got a couple of things that are going on. You can see I'm measuring range right here, and once that measurement range is full, it's going to give me a lead, how far left or right of the target that I need to go. The next thing that I need to determine is the distance. So the left and right is being determined here by this green circle. So the FCS, the fire control system on the ship, is saying you need to fire right here based on your speed and his course, and his speed and your course. That is where the point of intercept is, and every so many seconds, depending on your ship's equipment, that circle is going to update, and when it updates, it's giving you a new plot course. But the next thing that you need to determine is you need to look at the distance to the ship. 13,740 yards, closing rapidly. So you want to be able to look at that rate of closure and aim up or down respectively in order to make a distance correction. And you can see here at the bottom of my crosshair, there is a distance measurement readout. And that is being represented visually by this green circle. This green circle is there all the time, so the further down I aim, the closer that green circle becomes, and then there's a distance measurement readout here. Now, to that end, I recommend using yards as your distance measurement while playing Naval. The reason I suggest using yards is it's basically the same thing as a meter. However, since there's no high-end conversion for it, it won't get converted to kilometers. Now, that is useful for you in Naval because you get read down to the single digits. So you can consider my distance to the Charlie point as about 5,000 meters. It's not exact, but it's pretty damn close. And you can see, since I've got that single digit there, I'm able to much more readily discern whether or not that target is getting closer to me or further away from me, or if it's staying the same. And I can determine much more accurately the rate at which that's happening. So you can see this enemy ship here is closing very rapidly. So he's closing at about 20 yards a second or so. So I need to get my left and right correction, and I need to remove. Now I've got a shell travel time of, let's estimate, about 20 seconds or so. He's losing about 20 yards a second. You know what I mean? So let's take, like, I don't know, 300-ish yards off of the distance. So he's at about 11,700 yards. We're going to go down to about 11,300 yards. We're going to get our left and right correction here. We're removing about 300 yards by aiming down. You can see that when I aim down, I'm removing distance. And we're going to fire like this. And we can check and see just how close that shot's going to be. So you can see the left and the right is looking solid. Now let's just see if we got the distance right. Distance is spot on. Let's go ahead and switch to my semi-armored piercing shot. Fire on the new mark, again with the same removal of distance. And let's see those shells fly. So you can see I've withdrawn some speed from my engine so that green circle is getting closer and closer. This is actually, just to demystify this is not a new aiming system. This is a new aiming UI. This is the exact same aiming system that we had before. You are still either adding your velocity or subtracting your velocity and your course disparities from the targets. It's just before we were doing it by guessing and checking. But now we're doing it with the aid of this UI, which is essentially your ship's FCS working for you. I love this system. I think this is a fantastic addition to Naval, and I hope that this short video helps to demystify what's going on, what's being represented, what you're seeing and why you're seeing it, and how to make effective use of these AIs here. So you can see that ship is no longer closing at such a rapid rate, so I'm going to add a little bit more distance. I'm just going to bring this up a little bit higher.
The enemy ship sank.
Target destroyed. That's it. That's Naval aiming in a nutshell. I hope this helps. I hope this makes your Naval experience much more enjoyable. Alright, so anyway, everybody, I hope that that helps to demystify some of what's going on with the new Naval aiming system and allows you to enjoy and progress through the game mode much more readily. Naval has been one of my favorite game modes that I've been playing lately, especially ever since the sim economy got trashed. And I'm able to make quite a bit of SL and RP playing the game mode. The games last for about 15 to 20 minutes in arcade. I'm making about anywhere from like 75 to 100,000 Silver Lions per match, which is pretty dang good. So as always, if you have any questions or comments or concerns, leave them down below in the comments and I'll do my best to get to them. And thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. 07, fly safe, good hunting, and I hope to see you again sooner rather than later. Take care.